Have you felt that soul-shattering void when his warmth turns into frost? One day, his words are electric, pulling you closer like gravity, and the next, a barren wasteland of silence. His calls vanish, his texts dry up. And there you are, heart racing, stomach in knots, sinking into a bottomless pit of doubt. Was it me? Did I say too much? Too little? Your mind claws at the walls of your sanity, trying to piece together a puzzle you didn't break. It's like a slow-motion car crash, and you can't look away. But let me rip the blindfold off. This isn't heartbreak. It's awakening. His cold shoulder. That's your stage, and it's time to set it on fire. You don't crumble, you rise. Because here's the truth most won't tell you. The second you start chasing him, you hand over the keys to your power. And that stops now. Dark Stoic Psychology is not for the faint-hearted. It's not about playing coy or masking your pain. It's about standing in the storm of rejection, bare and unyielding, until the winds bow to you. This is your chance to become a woman so magnetic, so untamed, he'll feel your absence like a dagger to the soul. You don't need his validation. You are the validation. Picture this. He picks up his phone, expecting a desperate message, a breadcrumb trail of your vulnerability. Instead, nothing. Absolute gut-punching silence. You've vanished, but not as a ghost, no, as a force of nature. A hurricane doesn't ask for attention. It demands it by its sheer presence. That's what you'll become. When you master this, you'll radiate the kind of energy that makes him question every choice, every move, every breath he takes without you. He'll replay your silence in his head like a haunting melody, each beat driving him closer to the edge. You won't just be the one who got away, you'll be the one he'll never forget. By the end of this, you won't just learn how to respond to his indifference, you'll own it. You'll have the tools to turn his withdrawal into your rebirth, your silence into your roar, and your detachment into an irresistible force of intrigue. Get ready, because we're about to ignite something unstoppable. Let's shatter every rule and unleash the kind of power that leaves the world speechless. Number 1, focus on yourself first. You feel it, don't you? That gut-wrenching, bone-deep emptiness when his warmth vanishes like smoke in the wind. 1 second he's all in, sending you texts that make your heart skip, calling you just to hear your voice, and the next, nothing. Silence, cold as ice. His absence hits you like a freight train, and suddenly every breath you take feels like a question. What the hell did I do wrong? But let me tell you, this is the moment everything changes. You can drown in his absence, tear yourself apart, trying to figure out why, or you can flip the script and blow your own damn mind. You're not just some side character in his story, you're the main event. So what do you do when the world goes quiet? You become the storm that shakes it all up. Stop checking your phone like a prisoner waiting for parole. Stop torturing yourself with his silence. That's not a man pulling away from you. That's an opportunity for you to pull yourself back to life. And you want to know the best part? You don't need him to do it. The second you stop obsessing over his attention, you unlock the door to yourself. Ask yourself, what fuels my fire? What makes me feel untouchable, unbreakable? When was the last time you felt like you could do anything without anyone telling you you're enough? The moment you realize you don't need him to validate your worth is the moment you set the world on fire. Get ready to ignite. Write down 3 insane goals that scare you. Not little ones, big ones. Whether it's breaking records at the gym, launching that wild dream you've kept locked up, or diving headfirst into something that makes your heart race. Do it. Let your life become so full, so electrifying, that his silence seems like nothing but a distant whisper in a storm. Rediscover what makes you you. Find that hobby you buried under the weight of self-doubt. Dance like you've never cared who's watching. Paint your soul on a canvas. Cook a meal so decadent you swear you're living in a dream. And with every move, every choice, you remind yourself that you are unstoppable, irreplaceable, and unshakable. But don't do this alone. Lean on your tribe, the ones who see you, who light you up with love and laughter. Call your best friend, your sister, the one person who can remind you that you've always been enough. Plan a spontaneous night out. Get messy. Let joy pour through you like a wild river. Because guess what? Their love is the kind of foundation that makes you stand taller than any man's absence ever could. And now, the mirror. Stand in front of it and look at yourself. Really look. Forget all the doubts, all the fears, all the mistakes. Who are you underneath the surface? What does your heart truly crave? Not for him, not for anyone. Just you. This isn't about fixing yourself for someone else. It's about unleashing the kind of woman who doesn't wait for permission, who doesn't need validation. You've got your own damn ticket to the top, and nothing, no one, can take it away. The second you shift your focus, the second you stop being obsessed with his attention, everything changes. You become magnificent. The silence he left behind doesn't feel like rejection anymore. It feels like a blessing. Because now you're walking into a world that is waiting for you, hungry for what you have to offer. You'll stop wondering if he'll come back. You'll become the reason he never left. This isn't about him. It never was. This is about you. So, go ahead. Blow the roof off. Become the storm. Leave him scrambling in the aftermath, wishing he could catch a glimpse of the woman you've become. Number 2. Stay calm and composed. The second he pulls away, it feels like your entire world is crumbling, right? The flood of questions starts, the panic, the rush of emotions that make you want to throw your phone out the window or send 50 text messages just to get a reaction. Every part of you screams, "Do something! Text him, call him, post a picture to make him jealous." But wait. What if I told you that the real power, the real magic, lies in doing the exact opposite? What if your greatest weapon is not acting in a frenzy, but in a way that will leave him shook and wondering what the hell just happened? The real question is, can you stay composed when everything inside you is screaming to go crazy? The old you, she'd be out of control. Chasing him, running after answers, needing validation. She'd be fighting to hold on, throwing herself into the fire, praying it would burn her bright enough for him to notice. But the new you? She's a different breed. She knows her worth isn't tied to his attention. She knows her value doesn't change based on how many texts he sends back. She's got a secret weapon, and that weapon is control. Imagine this. You've been left on red. The silence is suffocating, but instead of breaking, you breathe. Deep, slow, controlled. And in that moment, the world shifts. You know it, you feel it, you are in control. This moment, it's yours to define. The urge to beg, to chase, to panic, it's gone. You stay calm. Your hands are steady, your mind clear, and your actions precise. A simple, cool, "Hey, you've been distant. Everything okay?" is enough. No drama, no hysteria. Just you showing that you don't need his validation. You don't need his approval. You are your own damn validation. Now let's kick it up a notch. What do you do next? You stop waiting for him. Waiting is for people who don't know their worth. You're not sitting by the phone like some love-struck teenager. You're on fire. You dive into life with so much energy that the idea of sitting around waiting for him feels laughable. You're out there crushing your goals, conquering fears, smashing limits. You hit the gym like a beast, lose yourself in a book that rewires your brain, or start a passion project that lights you up. His absence doesn't sting anymore. It's fuel. And here's the kicker. It's not personal. His silence has nothing to do with you. Maybe he's lost in his own chaos. Maybe he's wrestling with his demons. But guess what? That's his battle, not yours. Your only battle is staying calm, staying powerful, and staying unapologetically you. This isn't some weak, passive calm. This is an explosion of strength wrapped in silence. You've just unlocked the kind of composure that commands attention, the kind of self-control that sends a message louder than any words ever could. You are a tornado, but one that moves with precision and focus. When everyone else is losing their mind, you're the calm. You're the eye of the storm. And that's what leaves him shook. Calmness isn't weakness. It's the ability to stand tall when the world tries to knock you down. It's knowing that nothing can throw you off course. You're the woman who doesn't beg for attention because she's too busy building an empire. You're not waiting for him to come around. You're creating a life so powerful that he won't even recognize it when he tries to come back. You've gone from a woman who's controlled by her emotions to a woman who controls the world around her. So, the next time he pulls away, don't even blink. Let him wonder. Let him marvel at your unshakable calm. Because while he's out there wondering what happened to the girl who used to chase him, you're out here becoming the woman who never needed him in the first place. Number 3, maintain your dignity. It's a trap, isn't it? The pull to fight for his attention, to throw yourself into the game, to convince him that you're worth it. It's like a magnet drawing you in, making you feel like you've got to prove something, like you've got to fight for his acknowledgement. But here's the brutal truth. Chasing him will never elevate you. It will only lower you. You're not some prize to be won, some ego boost to be kept around. You're not begging for his crumbs, so when he ignores you, you have a choice. You can beg, you can throw yourself at him, or you can do something infinitely more powerful. Nothing. Think about this. You text him and don't get a reply. What's your first instinct? Send a follow-up, right? Double text. Maybe check his activity, see if he's online. But instead of falling into that trap, you do the unthinkable. You do nothing. The silence becomes your weapon, your shield. It's not about playing games. It's about protecting your own energy, protecting your self-respect. You see, by doing nothing, you're sending a message louder than anything you could say. I am worthy of respect, with or without your attention. No follow-up text, no checking his every move. You don't have to chase him. You're not some dog following orders. You're a woman who knows she's valuable, and that value doesn't depend on his recognition. Now imagine seeing him at a party, in a group of friends, or at a social gathering. You could seek him out, try to win his approval, put on a show, hoping to make him notice you, but you don't. You walk into the room like you own it. You engage with others, you smile, you laugh. You're present in the moment, enjoying yourself, without needing his validation. Because here's the thing, his indifference doesn't even touch you. You're too busy living your life. The world doesn't revolve around him anymore. Your happiness is no longer in his hands. Dark Stoic Psychology teaches us that our reactions, our emotional state, are within our control. No one has the power to steal our peace unless we let them. When you maintain your dignity, you protect your inner peace, and you stand firm in who you are. His silence doesn't define you. His actions don't dictate your mood. You are not a puppet on a string. You're the one holding the reins. When you choose dignity over desperation, something incredible happens. You begin to radiate an energy that is magnetic. He'll start to notice that something has changed. The woman he once had to chase for attention, she's gone. In her place is someone who moves through life with grace, with confidence, with a quiet power that doesn't need his approval to feel whole. By the time he realizes what's happened, by the time he comes back searching for that energy he took for granted, you'll have already leveled up. And here's the most empowering part. Walking away when necessary isn't defeat. It's self-respect. It's not about rejection. It's about choosing yourself over a relationship that doesn't honor you. It's about recognizing that you don't need him to complete you. You are already whole. You are already worthy. So next time you're faced with his indifference, remember this. Don't chase, don't beg, don't shrink yourself. Stand tall. Hold your head high. Let the silence speak for you. And know that the more you maintain your dignity, the more you become the kind of woman whose worth is unshakable. His attention becomes a bonus, not a necessity. You've walked away from the games and into your power. Number 4, redirect your energy. When a man ignores you, it's easy to spiral. You find yourself replaying every word, every moment, trying to find the reason why he pulled away. You check your phone every 5 minutes, as if his response will suddenly appear. Stop right there. You're chasing shadows, wasting your energy, and what you fail to realize is this. Your energy is worth so much more. Imagine this. Every second you spend fixating on him is a second you're stealing from yourself. And trust me, the moment you stop giving him your time, your mental space, your precious energy, is the moment you start stepping into your power. You think his silence matters? No, you matter. When you stop waiting for him to decide your worth, you take control. Redirect that energy where it belongs, into your own life, into something that ignites your soul. Instead of staring at that empty screen, build something that thrills you. Create the life that will make him wish he hadn't walked away. First things first. Take one step toward becoming the person you always wanted to be. Learn a new skill, push your limits in the gym, or set a new career goal that stretches you. When you're building, your world gets bigger. It's no longer about him. It's about you standing in your power, taking charge of your life in ways you never imagined. And here's the thing, this isn't about just doing something to distract yourself. This is about reclaiming your life. When you invest in yourself, you realize that your happiness doesn't come from a text, a call, or a response. It comes from within. And suddenly, his silence becomes nothing more than background noise. Now, let's get real. You need to expand your life. When you're caught up in someone who doesn't value you, you lose sight of the bigger picture. Reconnect with the people who light you up. Go out with your friends. Meet new people who remind you of what you deserve. You'll see that his absence is just one small piece of a much bigger puzzle. Your world, filled with connections that nurture you. Ever thought about making a difference in someone's life? Volunteer. Help others. Nothing gives you a deeper sense of purpose than knowing you've contributed to something greater than yourself. And in that moment, you'll feel the full force of your worth, knowing it's not defined by his response or approval. You're needed. You have a purpose. But let's kick it up a notch. You need to break free from the predictable, the routine, the life that keeps you waiting. Get out there. Explore, travel, do something new that scares the hell out of you. Take a class, learn a language, or just wander through a city you've never visited. The world is far too exciting to stay stuck. His silence? That's nothing compared to the adventure you're about to create. And here's the twist. The more you pour into yourself, the more your life blossoms. The energy you create by taking control and growing into the woman you were always meant to be will radiate. You won't have to chase attention. You won't have to wonder if he's watching. You'll become the woman who attracts everything she deserves without even trying. And the silence he gave you? It will fade into oblivion, a distant memory, because you've built something far more powerful than waiting. You've built a life that's unstoppable. When you finally decide to stop letting his actions dictate your worth, you'll realize this. You were never waiting for him. You were waiting for yourself to see how powerful you could become. And once you see it, nothing can make you go back. You've learned the secret. Your energy is sacred, and you are the one who decides where it goes. Number 5, reclaim your peace. Letting go. It's not weakness, it's strength. When a man pulls away, it feels like the world is crashing around you. The silence, the absence, the unanswered texts. It's like your mind's stuck in an endless loop, replaying every moment, every word, wondering where it all went wrong. It's a battle inside your head, trying to figure out how you missed the signs, how you could have done things differently. But here's the cold truth. Not every door is meant to stay open. And that's a gift, not a curse. His indifference? That's not something to chase or beg for. It's your cue to walk away. The moment you realize this, something shifts inside you. A power you didn't even know you had. You're choosing to let go, not because you're weak, but because you value your peace more than you value a game that never had your best interests at heart. Here's where the power lies. You can't control his actions. You can't force him to care. But you can control your response. The way you react to this, that is what will define you. And if you let his silence control your emotions, you've already lost the game. But if you choose to take a step back, breathe, and protect your peace, you take back the power that was always yours. Stoicism teaches us one thing above all else. Control what you can, let go of what you can't. And this situation, it's all about taking control over your own emotional landscape. You have the power to decide what his silence means. Don't let it rob you of your peace. Reclaim it. Feel your feelings. Don't run from them. The hurt, the confusion, the anger, it's all part of the process. But don't stay there. Don't wallow in that storm. Feel it, and then let it go. Talk to a friend, journal it out, take a walk, scream into a pillow if you have to, whatever it takes to get that energy out. Once you've acknowledged those emotions, you've already won. You've freed yourself from their grip. The moment you choose to let go of his indifference, you're choosing to take your power back. You're not holding on to something that's slipping through your fingers. Instead, you're redirecting that energy, that mental space, into something that matters. You. Now, shift your focus. His silence doesn't define you. It's one chapter in your story. And trust me, it's not the whole book. Turn the page. This is just the beginning of something much bigger, much more beautiful. You've got dreams to chase, passions to follow, a life to build. Pour your energy into that. Fill your days with things that make you feel alive. Dance, travel, create, thrive. Your happiness was never tied to his response. It's been within you all along. By letting go, you're not giving up. You're protecting what matters most, your peace. And once you reclaim that peace, once you remember who you are and how far you've come, nothing will shake you. His silence will be nothing but a faint echo in the background, something you barely notice anymore because you've become too busy living a life so full that it doesn't need his approval. You are resilient. His silence won't break you. It'll make you stronger. You've survived this moment, and you'll survive anything that comes your way. You are in charge of your narrative. And right now, you're rewriting it. One that's full of power, self-respect, and peace. Your peace, it's priceless. And no one is worth losing it over. All right, take a second. Let it sink in. This journey isn't just a series of steps. It's a revolution within you. When he pulls away, when his silence slaps you across the face, it's not some twisted test to make you shrink or beg for his crumbs. It's your call to rise, to claim the untapped power that's been burning inside you all along. This moment, it's yours. It's your chance to tap into that fire, that unstoppable energy, and move forward with dignity, confidence, and grace. Every single word we've explored has been building up to this undeniable truth. Your worth? It's not up for debate. It's not tied to him. It's not tied to anyone. Your worth is woven into the very core of who you are. This isn't about managing his indifference. Hell no. This is about creating a life so lively, so full of light, that his attention, or lack of it, becomes irrelevant. Imagine a life where you are the star of your own show. Nothing, no one, and certainly not his silence, can dim your glow. You are the center of your universe now. Dark Stoic Psychology? It's your new best friend. It's about dropping everything you can't control and doubling down on what you can. You, your growth, your peace, your joy, his silence. It's a flicker in the background compared to the blazing fire of your potential. And now, you know, every moment he pulls back, every time he chooses silence, is just a nudge for you to step forward into a bigger, bolder version of yourself. So, where do you go from here? You move forward. You don't ask for permission, you don't wait for a sign. You step forward, unapologetic, unwavering, and with power. His silence, that's your cue to roar. It's a reminder that the most important relationship you'll ever have is the one with yourself. And when you show up for you like you've got a secret weapon inside of you, the world can't help but take notice. I need to hear from you, Queen. What hit you the hardest? Which part of this message made you think, damn, that's me? Have you ever been through this? Have you tried any of these steps? Drop your thoughts below. Your experience matters. Share your journey with us. Your story could spark someone else's. If this message lit something up inside you, don't keep it all to yourself. Pass it on. Share it with a woman who needs a reminder of her own raw power. This isn't just about you. It's about lifting each other together. And if you're ready to keep growing, evolving, and stepping into your full potential, don't hesitate for another second. Hit smash that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. You won't want to miss the next wave of empowerment. We're not just a community. We're a movement of women who lead with confidence, rise together, and embrace life with full hearts. Thank you for choosing yourself today, for showing up, for investing in yourself like the powerhouse you are. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a victory. Remember that. Until next time, stay fierce, stay radiant, and don't ever forget the magnitude of your worth. You've got this.